Can you hear me, guys? If you can hear me, please type in the comment. So, so today we are going to do a reference study. Let me see if you can hear me. So, can you hear me? Hello. Okay. So what we are going to do today is going to do a reference study and how text we can do the texture. See, I just got this reference from my Discord. Someone sent me. So we are going, and I created a replica of in 3D, not texture yet and not lighting yet. So just going to do a matchup test, and we will see how we can use the different type of texture. So so you can see I created a 3D replica of it, and we are going to use different style of texture and try to create this effect. Like you can see it, this is a flat color, but there is a outline, there is a highlight, and there is a lighting effect which is making a gradient which is still looking flat color but just giving a bit of a depth and color variations, and it look pretty good. I don't know who is the artist, but he did pretty good job in this, and we are going to replicate that in 3D. So you can see I just created a 3D sample of that. Just took me 2 hours for that, and we are going to do it again. So let's see what we can do. So I'm going to do the render view. So in cell shading, the lighting is a very big problem. We need to understand how we can do the lighting. So in this picture, we can see the lighting is coming from here. You can see the lighting spot. But we also know this is not going to lit up the whole scene very well, because there should be some opposite lighting effect to make it a whole lit up room, or it will be just dark and a bright spot with our shadow is still loading. So we can discuss about that, and and more of a cell shading problem. We will see the problem like this. You can see this area where the light is making it glow like, and it's just a white color, and it will be problem in our cell shading, because if we just use the color amp, we can assign the shadows, light, and highlight. But it will if we make it glow, it will just look so sharp, it won't be blend like this. So we are going to use the cycles engine for this. I mean, we are going to do the shading in EV of course, but we will use the sighting lighting effects. So we are just going to start it. Let's see how far we can go with that. So let's start. So first we need an here. We can add a sun. For now we are going to use the window light. Nothing that much fancy, just use as you like. So what I'm going to do, just first I'm gonna assign from where the light is coming from. So window is still doing great, but I'm just going to remove the shadows from it. I will just click on that. You can see I just do not want it. So we can see window shadow is on that sync, but we could not reach because there is a this panel which we want it to be mirror here. So how much of area is this? I think this one and this one supposed to be mirror. I will add two material and assign second one to it and use the same this material. Yeah. So I think we are getting a light effect now. So how much we do want? I think it's covering most of the sink very nicely, and you can see there is a lot of light leaks. It could be solved easily. Well, just make it 4000 high bit rate and constant shadow, so it's solved for now. Then, so let's see what we can do now. We have an areas for like, if I was doing it in cycles, let me see yes, it's working. So if I were working in a cycles, I will just turn on the strength of the sun. It will look good, but in EV it will cause many problems in cell shading, because cell shading has a different attribute of lighting effects. So we need to consider that, and we are going to do that. So from where I think we are going to start with the brick on this wall. So this is a very important part you need to focus on. So just first let's add a tile texture from the blender kit. You can download that, this is free, and all texture are here are free as well. So just search tile. I am going to use my favorite one, this one. You can see I use in many videos. So if I go to material preview, it's so big. I am going to do UV editing and just make it small. Just how much of a small we want right now. So a little big, and you can see it's a little not that much of a square. So we are going to squeeze it. I think it will look fine with that. So let's continue. So I don't want that principal that shader group. I want this texture only. I'm going to copy this, add a fake user so I can use it later, and I'll touch. I think it will should work or whatever. So we have this for texture. We have displacement, normal map, roughness, and color. So I will join the color for now. So what we need to do is we need to match the color with this. If I add a color ramp now, you can see it's just a black and white values now, but in this black and white color you need to understand there is a different attribute. I mean, you can see this not properly black and white, there is some grayish value, some whitish grayish, so there is in this fractions, so we can change it with the color. We are not going to use the light value right now, we are going to just use the dark value. So we can add light value with an add node. I will show you what I mean. Shader to RGB color ramp, and if I join it here in the constant, there is so much behind the material preview. Where is this? So it's not working as I expected. I mean, it's a plane after all, so this is not going to be that much of a detail. So we are going to do the effect in the cycles for now. Let's continue in the colors. So let's see what we can do. So we are going to use a bright color, not on the light side, so we can see how much of a bright is this, and in the dark, how much is the dark it can go. I think this will give us a pretty good look, and as we continue, you can see there is that mark and in a normal displacement. I want this, I mean if I invert that, you can see we are getting a cringy effect look, which we can multiply with our shader, I mean texture. It can be done as you want. I don't want it to be total black. I want it to be a little depth, so I'm doing it. Select the camera pivot and as for now, I want this little highlights. You can see. Let me mark this inverted L highlights. So what we can do, there is a chance I think we can use a normal map for it. I will separate XYZ. You can see there is a highlights, it's coming from Y. We want Y, yes, and we want, I think we can add Y and C. So I'm going to use a mixed color, add, let me see, if we add this is, so we could not add it, I guess. What should we do? I think we can overlay it. I think overlay is doing great, so we will stick to that. So let's try to add it and see what will be kept. Something's not right. Let me add a color amp. Let's see what's going on there. Let's add it here and see. It will give us a look of the highlights, and we have to change the color as well. We have to just choose the right color. The color study is important. I'm not that much good about the color study. I just use the reference from that. You can use them as well, but I think it's important to learn the color study. You can do it if you want, and if you want to learn, I think I will suggest you will learn that. So let's see how much we get. A little bright value increase, and you can see that, and you can see we are getting a good look of that. And if we see the reference right now, we took the color from here, and you can see here is a purplish tone. So how can we achieve that? There is a multiple way to do that. I think we can do this in composition and in this scene as well. So what we are going to do now, I'm going to add this if I add an empty, we can control a gradient texture with it. I'm going to pin our shader to it, so if we select another object, the shader won't disappear. After that, I'm going to add a gradient texture, make it to the object and select it. I think I always forget to turn on the screencast. I'm going to do this. I think spherical should be fine because it's square, of course. A little oval in the camera view, a little oval, rotate it a little. I'm duplicating this empty because I want that here as well, but the texture won't be duplicated itself. We need to duplicate it from here and select it. So we want the purplish tone to be overlay. First I'm going to add these two together. Okay, and you can just I think let's see, purple is tone a little darker. Think overlay should be fine. When I did overlay in this, you can see other thing is going dark, so I can just a little bright. And now for I need to control it a little, so we can just go with it for now. I mean, it need to be adjusted of course, but we can just keep it like that for now. Now let's use the ambient occlusion node. You have to enable the ambient occlusion for that, and if I click on that, you can see I add a color ramp. I will just increase the sample to the maximum so I can get a better quality. Most of the time if I do it contains so much noise. You can see so much noise. But there is a catch. If I enable ambient occlusion in the passes menu, you can see there is a pass ambient occlusion. I have to render the scene once for to use that. So if we go to compositor, and you can see there is ambient occlusion pass arrived, and now I use color ramp in the constant. You can see there is no noise. You can just use it as you like. But there is some jagged edges, and I'm just going to use a filter node to fill it. You can do the soften, or you can also use a blur node to fill it. So mix color, multiply. So you can see it's making an impact, but this is not what I want. What I'm going to do is just first let's see the ambient occlusion, increase it a bit like that. We need to do something out the window. You can see it's unnecessary black, and I'm going to use that in the alpha channel factor, I mean. So all the things are gone white in this factor. I'm going to use a hue saturation node, this here and here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little saturation. You can see it will give us a little bleeding effect of the edges, and it will look much better than just multiplying the ambient occlusion. I most of the time do that, and it looks much better. Let's see. Separate XYZ node is just used to, I mean, if we took geometry, the object contain mass and many information together. You can see it contains positions, it contains normals, tangents, anything, but it's all in XYZ. You can see the color detonates which axis they are presenting, XYZ, and these are mostly XYZ which is presenting by colors. XYZ. Sometimes I think if we use the normal right now, it should look fine. Yes, you can see Z is telling us which side is facing Z upward. It's the Z axis, and the X axis here. You can see the red line, and Y axis on the positive sides, all positive sides. There is true normal, which is work the same. I don't know what is that means, but whatever. So let's continue our work. So what we want to do is we want some lighting effects on our various are these textiles. We use most of them, and we have this displacement, which you can see it's really good. We can use it to overlay to make our a little variation in our shader. It should not be too much noticeable. It just feel like, yeah, it's not just a perfect tile texture. So I'm not going to do very over with it. And I think we should add some outlines at this point. Let's hope for our scene won't crash. It's not that much of a high poly, but I don't want it to crash. So hope so. Let's see the scene line art. Yeah, it didn't crash. So let's go to 5. 5 is little. Let's go to 10. And if we go to hard light, opacity 0.5. One, we can see modifier can have 0.1, 0.4, 0.3. I didn't want them to be that much of sharp. Let's make it a little blur. There is blur. We'll make it blend with our shader. Thanks bro. Let's continue our work. So let's continue our time now. I think I should apply this modifiers for performance purposes. So we are going to use it. Let's see how we can get some atmosphere lighting. If I just use a diffuse shader to RGB and the color amp, we are getting some lights here. Yeah, not that much of a light we can say for sure. Maybe we should use another light. Make it a little so it can blur. On the ceiling I think it will look much better. I'm not going to use this as a constant. I just want to see how much of a light affecting the surface. Let's use this as a area light. What I'm trying to do is, if you see on my Patreon page, let it open. If you see, it must be here like this. You can see there is a really good looking gradient there, which I want to achieve here. Yes. So let's see. So let's see. I want to add this, and I want the sun color as well. This, yeah, it's going to be white. This is not going to be like that. Now it's giving me the glowing look. I want some reflections now. So for the reflection I can use glossy BSTF. If I just put it here, you can see we are getting some really messy reflections. I mean, that's how EV works. There is a multiple way, because it's a simple plane. I can just, where is it, light crop reflections plane -90. Just put it like that. I think it will be done. I mean, it's a bathroom. There must be very reflective surface. You can see the reflection is very clean now. So I don't think I want this. I will put it here. Whatever. And there is a mirror as well. I want to put that on mirror too. Where is it? Where the sorry for mislanguage. Just a habit of mine because of the online gaming. Sometimes abuse just went from a mouth without noticing. Let's see what we can get. So even I put it here. I'll just disable it for now. There is no shader right now, and because it's going to reflect the, there is nothing to be reflected that much. I want a separate collection for that, so I can turn it off and on whenever I. So we are going to add this in our, we can just use the shader to RGB. So add. Let's see how will it look. It looks disgusting now. It's really looking very bad. Maybe because there is only black and white things, so we can expect that why it's looking very bad right now. So we can turn it off for now. We will continue it after we are done with most of those moves. Let's continue the floor. Just put it here and just change the color. So this is the color. And I think I can just on it because it's ground. I did not have a reflection plane to the ground. What if I do overlay? That is fine. Not that much, just a little. So it won't just look like. So maybe we should work on some wooden things. I will just turn on the reflections. So just create it reflective with texture. Diffuse shader to RGB, color ramp, constant copy. We doesn't have any light source from here. We added a plane, but it's limiting the factor, so we're going to add another light minus. It should look fine now. So there was a technique I just discovered on the, if I just press E and drag it, pick most of the color, but I think it's look fine, just I did not get satisfied. I need edges to be visible. I want a glossy because it's not glossy. I want a gradient here. So this should be blue in this shade, and this should be white, and this I want it to be ease. And I'm going to add this. So let's see. I think it's looking fine. Much better than just this. So let's see if we have any comments. Not that much. I got nothing. So we are not getting that much of highlight effects on ours. Let's use the layer weights. Layer weight is the king. I also created a video for layer weights. You can not that one, on the first one. I created a video for layer weight node. It's just the node that saved the industry from dooming. So it feels like we have to turn to the facing. So we are getting problems. If we use the frontal, we are not getting anything. We are getting anything, but not with the camera angle. So we are going to use this hard way. We change it to linear, reset it facing, just overlay a gradient pattern. We add. I don't want this to be bright that much. Let's fix that. And I'm going to use the separate XYZ if it can catch the normal straight way. It should be positive. Yeah, I can subtract that. Mix color, subtract the axis. I wanted to subtract the screen. Yeah, it's subtracted and it should not be right now. So, and I wanted edges and color variation as well. What I'm going to do is select this and this. Going to the vertex color, vertex paint, solid view, attribute, chat vertex. So there should be the color. So we have it here. We can just color ramp, flip and add it. We need a different color. It's looking fine. So what should we work on next? I think we can just copy this shader to shading. We can add So we need some texture, and because there is no color attributes, I didn't find that, so I just put it here. Duplicate it. I will just add a hue saturation node. to make it a brighter and change the color to something I want. There are many things we are going to do in this. Add this here. Add this here. I think you can hear me now. So let's continue our work. So it's just looking a flat color right now. I just want it to be look like, I mean, there is a highlight, there is a shadow, another highlight, and a gradient from bright to dark. So we need to do that. So erase that all. So first we will just work on. So this is the wood. There is no metallic things. So let's see. There should be roughness. Not. Let's see if we can get something out of it. I think we can get some highlights if we just it's so blended won't render it in this way. It will only be visible after render, I guess. So now we need diffuse diffuse shader to RGB and a color M. Let's see what will we get from the lighting. So not that much of a great thing I can say, but I think it can work. So I'm going to make it use of separately. I will first add it to get the lighting and then multiply it differently with the same node. I want to be let's add a hue saturation node. I want that gradient, but it's coming from the light, I see. So this, if I increase this point sunlight strength, I think there is a chance I can get that, but I don't want to increase it too much, so it will affect all other objects in our scene. So let's keep it to the 3 right now. Let's see what can we do. Let's see. If we can add yellow, it's going to give us a lighting. So I think it can work. We're just not getting a highlights. This one, there is a separate method for it. I can show you just a moment. No, it will be make it our scene more heavier if we do this right now. So we will do it later. So we can just keep it like that. So I want, you can see there is solid color. It's not like, so we can adjust it. I'm going to use the vertex color again. Vertex color and set what set vertex color. So attribute color to mix color. So this one, yeah, it's look much better. So we should continue it more, so you can see how much of a cell shading problem we are getting here. it's hard to discuss it. So I want a gradient. Control T, object, spherical. So let's see. Mix color, set it to overlay. I think add should be much fine if I do that, but let's try something. So overlay is burning out things. So I think add is working fine, just we need to adjust the gradient a little. I want another gradient. This time I want to multiply it. It's a little harsh. I think it will work. Now for the legs, we need different. I don't know if I can do that, but just try to use saturation. But just what's going on? Note that. Set it to RGB, color ramp, and see. So I really want this gradient. It's burning here. It's really good gradients going on. Even if we pick the color right, it's not going to look that good. We need to adjust it as we see. Like I'm going to another and make it a bright one. If I make it to no, that's Let's add layer weight. I want this to work as a pencil, like a scene type of effect. You can see, but I just want it to be make it a little warmer color, much more wow. It should look warm. Overlay will work. Maybe. mm, Okay, let's continue. So we make it a little far from where we started. I think it's being into the pieces. I think we can continue the washing machine because not it's most likely this setup. Duplicate it, and I want this to be, let's reset it first. Constant. So I think gradient in this look really nice. Let's just place it on the other halves. Okay, it's feel nice. So let's not that perfect. So what should we do here? I mean, if we look at the washing machine, you can see this is a glass. Glasses, glass, metals, and flat planes are the worst opponent, enemy, or problems in NPR shading. If you are not doing the texture painting of this, so if we want to achieve this with the shaders, we have to mess with our minds a lot. Let's do this. So, of course, we are going to use the diffuse first. Uh, I wanna see how much we can get it from there. So, okay, I think we have plenty of information on that. Getting a nice looking gradient. I want it to look more good. We can use a gradient to make it a gradient. So color ramp, flip, rotate, mix color, add, set, make it ease. So it will look fine, and it's look like a bumpy surface because of the shading we did on it, and we want a specular one draw to make it look like glass, a sharp one. I think diffuse will work fine. If I think no, it's not. I mean there is not that much light function. But I think we can use it as a highlight like this one. Just add it. I want more. So because diffuse shadow is not giving us that much, we have to use our brain around. I want a dot in the center. Alarm is very good. That should do it. If it's not, I will close the stream. Yep, that's working. So I think we can continue our stream. I want a long one in the bottom of that. But what will I do? It just but it's not rotating. Sometimes things are more complicated than you thought. So now that's looking like something. Something, but I don't know. But it's just looking like something. Yeah, I didn't made in top 100 this time. I don't know if I going to do in the next one. I'm not sure because previous this time it just make me overburn myself, and that's wasn't able to do anything for a week because it's a very bad burnout for me. So maybe I'm not going to participate in the next one. Please don't mind. It's just I can't now. So I want some metal things as well. I think I should work on this one a little much. I think maybe I can make it a little transparent. Yeah, much better. Looking much better now. I really want some light on. I mean, it's just looking dull. So, what should we continue? Maybe the toilet seat. I think mostly it's fine. It just need to be brighter. This should work fine. Oh, thank you. So I think we can use the same wood here. It will look fine. Just need a little adjustment from you. So now let's work on a glass. This one, there is two glasses. So we need to study a glass a little. So what's going on here? So to adjust the glass first, we have a surface which is mostly transparent, and it's some scene over here. Scene, I mean S scene, which is some bright layers edges. There is some stylized one, and there is some light function, light making it glow. So we need to keep all this in our mind to make it look more stylized and gold. So I don't need this crap. Yeah, you can watch this after stream. Don't. It will be available. And for the project file, it always available on my Patreon page. So gradient texture should work. I hope there. I mean, I want that. Not hope. If there is spherical, there should. I mean, there should be a type. I want to see now. Quadric? What the hell is this? Quadric. Spherical sphere. I want this to be sphere. Well, whatever. Flip it. Now I want to mix it up because this is pie glass is so tough to make. Because I need to put all that in alpha channel, emission and transparent. Not working as I expected. Yeah, this will be fine. I need a little color, so just I need to be brighter. It's glowing too much. So now I need another gradient. Just a moment. It's very good. Oh, the origin is not the perfect place. Oops, I want this to be transparent. So I think it's looking good. We can just copy to the another mirror. Just a little more. Layer video is not working as expected.
बाबू मैं उसको मैंने ये चालू कर, ये चालू कर, ये चालू
That's really weird. Something is acting weirdly. Let's use the phasing instead. What the
I don't know what is mouse.
It's not working as expected, so I think we have to continue with that.
He's again.
So
He wants to make it black.
we'll just duplicate the material and select that. There is a curtains too, and I want it to be more of transparent in this one. I will add curtain later. So we have a pretty good start. Which one should we work on next? Let's first. Much better. Just I'm not convinced with the glowing color. It's looking a little odd.
What horse? What horse? No. I don't know what it is.
I think we have to deal with this later. And floor tiles are much bigger. I need to make it small. Which one was it? UV.
Yeah.
That should be fine. So I think we have to finally start working on metal things. So that's why I hate doing metal things.
Are you okay?
So how long do it take to? How much time has been? What's the counter? So we still have too much work to do in this. So we are going to end this thing tomorrow. I mean today. It's going too long than expected. And we will continue at the same time at the tomorrow. It means 3 a.m. AST. So it's 4:32. I started at nearly 3, so 1.5 hour. So we will continue tomorrow. So we are ending this, and if you have any suggestion or question, please put that in the comment. I will try to answer your queries.